And now to the second topic we have at hand, that is the change of national anthem. It makes one wonder, is it a necessity or a distraction? Seeing the speed at which the bill passed the first reading and second reading, and then let us even talk about that now. Start it.
Sometimes in Nigeria, if you are a passionate person about public issues, or you are a patriotic person in your own right, sometimes you feel like crying. Because when I had this, it took me to a pensive mood for some time that, okay, what are we leaving for our generations to come? Our generation is going, it's fizzling out, whether we like it or not. Our children, what will they meet? Is this kind of, dramas? Because sometimes I wonder whether the politicians, or should we say the lawmakers, whether they are part of the society, I don't know. Because today, we have the issue of security ravaging the country. We have hunger ravaging every nook and cranny of the country. We have bad roads staring us in the face everywhere. We have skyrocketed price of flights. We have transportation. So instead of them to pass a law and say all state government and local government should mass urban transit so as to lessen the suffering of Nigerians. You are talking about oh God of creation, the national anthem and all that. Is that what we are here for? How many of them even know how to sing the national anthem? No, that's the truth. The old one. I have seen a minister there, they had to sing national anthem, he couldn't sing it. The old one, not to talk of the new one. I knew that when we were in primary one, those days, we were made to sing one way or the other. We used to sing it occasionally then. But then, you are here, making law about anthem. There are other things. You are not making law about having, just like Doc, I mentioned earlier, about having agricultural village in all states of the federation. You are not making law to say all polytechnics or colleges. We have a lot of colleges of education. We have a lot of University of Agriculture. Things like all these I grew up, they should have a village for sort of farming activities. And like Doctor rightly observed, honestly, the issue of expensive food stuff we see in the days when we're in secondary school. We have what they call OFN. It's on Wednesday. Operation Feed the Nation. It's agri. You carry your phone, you carry your cutlasses and all. What have you? You go on the field, you do a lot of things. But today, if you ask a student or a pupil to do any farming work or any physical activity, the mother will be in your school tomorrow or the father will come with cake. I have seen it. It has happened somewhere in Ekiti where the policeman, he came to the school the next day and flogged the teacher. Do you understand?
That's so sad.
All these things happen in those days when we were growing up. The day your teacher beat you and you talk at home, my father will take you back to that one and said, were you the only one in the class? Please, can you help me to beat him more? I don't want to know what he has done. Those were the kind of disciplines that we are. And some of these disciplines, whether we like it or not, if we don't follow it, it will have impact on the society. When we follow it, it will also have impact on the society. So, if the National Assembly is talking, if we want sanity in Nigeria, if we want development in Nigeria, if we want security in Nigeria, if we want changes in Nigeria, it should start from the National Assembly. Because more or less, they are the framers of the policies of government. Though the executive have their own right, this thing, but you make a law, the executive must carry it out. You understand? So, there are a lot of things they could make law upon. They are not making law on kidnapping. They are not making law on, gangsterism or some other things. So, where are we going? It is, I think, the least of our problem now is the issue of national anthem. And I would have thought that by now, they should have called relevant agencies to say, why is the economy going back? What can you do for us? Commissioner, Minister of Finance, CBN Governor, put them together, Minister of Economic Planning. What are we talking about this economy? Let it work. They are not doing that. National anthem, no.
Okay, if you remember, there was some times back, so a few years ago, they also made change to the national anthem. That's the last line. And justice shall reign. They said that perhaps the shall is what's giving us problem in the country, and there should be and justice reign instead of and justice shall reign. So there is no doubt about it that words truly are powerful. The type of words we say to ourselves, it boosts our self-esteem. self-esteem, and then it makes us feel good to oneself. There was this experiment I once saw that was conducted on plants. 3 different plants. One was for one plant, lots of positive things were said to that plant. The plant grew to be majestic. One was used as a control study, nothing was said to the plant, and then the other one that was being fed negative stuff, the growth of that plant was stunted. So I don't know. I had to go search because I am part of the people who do not know the former national anthem. So I have to go, and then I have to agree that the words are truly beautiful. So I have to ask Dr. Yemi Omodele now, do you think that perhaps this is something that we should embrace because of the lyrics and then the words formation? Although they are saying that it's because this one we are using is by the military government and then we should not use something that comes from the military government. But how far do you think that the lyrics of the national anthem, the words in it, how far do you think that it could influence us as people? And maybe we should rightly buy into this idea of changing the national anthem or bringing back the old national anthem, as the case may be.
You see, every politician wants recognition, and they want people to attach importance to them when they're in office. I think what they are doing now is not an exemption to that. Now, everybody wants his name to be in the book of Guinness of Record that during so tenure, this was done. I think that is exactly what they are trying to do. Ordinarily, I don't have issues with the old anthem because I was opportune to read it and to know what it entails. And the one we are using, I'm also opportune to see it and to also read it and to cite it wherever I go. However, you see, in Nigeria or in Africa in general, we do what we call, I call it copy-paste, copycasting, imitation. That is our problem. Now, if you go to a private nursery and primary school, you see they have their own anthem. After their anthem, they sing national anthem. Then some minutes or hours would have been wasted for that before they go to class and teach. They teach 2 hours, they close for the day. That is another game on its own. So when you waste too much time citing, it makes the memory to even have some use. Yes, that is gospel truth. Now, we are talking of National Assembly. They are to make laws for peace and progress of the country, good and fine. They are also to ensure that this country is peaceful and is in progress, good and fine. But we are talking of money. We are talking of economy. We are talking of economic standard in this country. There are laws which require to be amended or updated. I'm not sure they've done anything of such. And if they are doing it, maybe within their house there. Now, then the issue that came up now is national anthem. Fine, they have their reasons to do that. But I want to say with all this, you said that the members of the National Assembly, both whether Rep or Senate and the Houses of Assembly as well, they are intelligent persons. They have 4 years to spend there. And that 4 years, I'm sorry to say it, 1 year is almost gone. Remain 3 years. So, and let me tell you, by this time next year, none of them will be talking anything outside how to contest in 2027. By this time next year, I'm sorry to say it, by this time next year, politicians, they will be warming up. They will be preparing. They will be doing training and retraining for 2027. That is what they will do from May 2025 to 2026. So they will not be able to even look at anybody else. So if it is national anthem they are looking at 1 year in office, and we are talking of 4 pieces of pepper is sold at the rate of 500 naira. They don't talk about economic breakthrough. I'm sorry, with due respect, sir. I'm sorry. That may not put food on person's table in this country. It may not. Anthem, national anthem is a global practice. It's a global practice. But the way we do our things in this country is somehow funny. Somebody just woke up one night and say, the old item must go, the new one should come, the old item must come in, the new one must come. It's good and fine. But I think that is a thing that should have been done when everything has been stabilized in this country. I'm not saying they should not do that. But what I'm saying is that it's a thing, it's a proposal that should have come up. They may have the proposal, but it's a thing that should have been completely initiated when Nigerians are happy. Now, somebody who has not eaten his money, just hold on myself. Somebody who has not eaten his money, you are not doing a function. He attends the function. You are asking to sing national anthem. Do you think that person will sing national anthem? You sing national anthem when you are happy, when you have eaten, when your health is standard, when the cost of petrol doesn't affect you, when you go to market, you buy the type of tomato one, not the type you ask somebody to come and be singing that anthem. He will just close his mouth and be looking at you. And when you say, madam, you are not singing that, he will tell you, say, I have not eaten his money. That is the problem. So, the composition of National Assembly, I'm not saying don't do your work. It is your work you are doing. But do it reasonably that Nigerians will say, these our assemblymen, they are doing what we have sent them there to do. Not that you pack money at the back of your car, then you are amending or replacing national anthem for persons who have not eaten. That attitude is bad. It's not fair. Now, do you see, one funny thing about this country is that, you see, people mention that senators or rep or blah, 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 they collect high sum of money. Fine. But let me tell you the truth. Some of the funds they collect, do you know that these people, they don't utilize it very well? The reason why they don't utilize it very well is the same way they are now saying, old item come, new item go. That is the way. When they collect the money, they want to buy people so that they can support them ahead of 2027. They've already been warming up. They'll be spending the money. Instead of them to pick that money, when you collect constituency fee of less than 100 million, if you go to your community and you say, okay, KBAC come, which road has problem in this area? And you expend that money on that road, even though you are unable to complete it, the people in your area will say, when Senator A was there, this is what he started, though unable to complete it. Fine. But you go home, you just go there, be buying them ogogoro to be drinking. They will not be normal to think properly. They will just be thinking that what will come here to give them ogogoro, and they drink ogogoro, and the result you get is the ogogoroology. That is why you see some of them, when they want to contest, let me tell you, I take time to interact, and I do find this a lot. Do you know the reasons why some of these politicians do fail? They do fail because the electorates, they think the money they stole is what they brought to them. They will collect their money and they will vote against them. I am going to say it anywhere. Like in the neighboring state where I come from, some preliminary election took place some time ago. We knew what happened there. They collected their money, they voted against them. That was what they did. And the main election is coming very soon. So, and that means the same thing will repeat itself. So politicians, do something that people can remember you for. And the remembrance is this. When Senator A was there, he did this. He did this. That is it. Not that when Senator A was there, he brought Shina, he brought Ogogoro, he brought this one, they drank it. That is not fair. If you cannot even do a capital project, pay tuition fee of indigenous students in your community. 1,001 are there. Go there, pay NECO, pay WAEC, the ones in university, pay them. If you don't want to give to them, go to the university. Go and pay to the treasury of the university. The university will collect it and credit the account. Rather than carry the money and take a girlfriend to Dubai and be enjoying themselves, from there move to Lesotho, from there move to Germany. That is wasting of resources.
Okay, all right, but let us see, what lesson can we draw from this? Despite the fact that a lot of Nigerians would agree that this should not be coming up at this point in time.
Yes.
But we also have to agree that because of the hardship we are facing in the country, yes, not a lot of Nigerians are talking positive about the country. So should we not use this as an opportunity to advocate that at this point, Nigerians, despite the fact that things are going, well, I don't want to say bad, but things are not going to at the rate at which everyone would like. So we should still cultivate the habit of speaking positive things about the country. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's a way, it's an indirect way of saying that, but then when hunger comes in, people don't think. You understand? So people have been, for a long time, people are not enjoying anything from government, so to say, if I may say, because of this, if you bring this, they think it's one of those mundane issues. Doesn't make any sense to them. So to not be the appropriate time or the proper time for you to disseminate those ideas to them. If things are fine, the doctor made reference to that. If they are good, if they're in good mood, you can joke with a man who is not hungry. You can make all sorts of fun. You can recommend that kind of song or prayer or anthem, but not at this particular point in time. We need more than this. We expect more than this from the government. We want the National Assembly to do more for us because people are not smiling at all.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for that. I think that we should let that topic rest there. Hopefully, we'll be able to visit it some other times. If the bill, if it gets passed into law or if it gets turned down, then it's going to be getting our attention again.